Okay, here we go. Who's ready? See Crater Rim Boulevard here in the Bahari Terra Islands, Islamic Republic of the Bahari Terra Islands. Now most of this road is paved, but the parts that you'll find on YouTube are the scenic parts in the middle of nowhere. No one uses it, so the government doesn't think it's worth spending a lot of money to pave it, because people barely use it. And these are the parts of the roads that you'll find videos of usually, because they're beautiful. By the grace of Allah, we will kick down the door where NATO has killed us in numbers by 4. You can see the highway over there. Woo! Fast cars. This is where usually people on horses or camels walk, Crater Rim Boulevard. It's a more thin, less used highway. If you can even call the highway at this part of the road. Look at it, I mean. But it's got paved parts, of course. There's a swamp that dried up in the summer heat, and the rainforest rain we get every day still isn't enough to fill it up. So it's grown into a grassland, and it's very green, even though it's August, which is usually hot at lower elevations of Bahari Terra. We are high up, but being on the rim of the volcanic crater, and on the south side of the mountain, all the warm ocean breeze blows up to this area. This is at least zone 8B, 9A, I'd think. But I could be wrong, might be a little lower. It's not tropical. You don't see coconut trees here like you do down near sea level. I mean, there's pines here. But it's kind of warmer than, say, the peak of Mount Pecan Vista in Zone 6A. That's for sure. This road is so peaceful. It's so quiet and so unused that a couple years ago there was a legend spreading around town that late at night when no one was on this road at all, some women who usually cover up and dress modestly because they're Muslims mostly would walk around by themselves here all alone wearing nothing. Weird, huh? It's weird. But you know, different people like to do some things, and yeah. And these women will walk all alone without knives or nothing. But the legend spread around town rapidly, so some guys just kept coming out here at night, but the women heard the legend, so they just stopped. But and then the men realized, oh shoot, those ladies aren't coming back. They know that they've been busted. And yeah, but after a few years it died down. Now no one cares about that. But that's how peaceful and quiet and random this road is. It's out in the middle of nowhere. At least this part of Crater Rim Boulevard. A lot of it's paved and used by cars and camels and horses and you know, Ferrari, Lamborghini, luxury sport car, and people walking up and down the side in the ditches. But this part right here, this is not even what I'd call a highway, it looks like. It's got the consistency enough that horses, camels, and walkers can use it, but cars and bikes don't really use this a lot. Off-road dirt bikes do, but they gotta go slow because people use here too. There's a bridge over there. It's a wooden bridge. And cars do drive on that part of Crater Rim Boulevard. But we're not going over there. That's the bridge that goes over a swamp. We're gonna keep going and make a left up here where the road curves. Crater Rim Boulevard sometimes branches out into 2 or 3 branches, and then later, further down the road, they all connect again as one. So, and I think this says no horse riding if you go that way. But I don't know what that means. It looks like a half of a person stuck in the top of a dog, if you ask me. So this is what Crater Rim Boulevard looks like, pretty much. I see some worms in that tree over there. Silkworms or something, I think. I don't know. Something that makes these webs to look like spider webs, but I believe it's some kind of worm. And it's not good for the tree. The leaves can't get sun. and they die. But I see some up here. That was common in the United States, and it was brought here on accident. Likely, maybe somebody picked some like produce, like a fruit in the USA, and brought it here, and their eggs or something. Who knows? Maybe a bioterrorist brought it here on purpose. But we don't know. So this is Crater Rim Boulevard for you. Yep. Okay. I talk a lot. People from Bahari Terra in generally talk a lot as a people. Overall, mostly. Of course, not every Bahari Terran's the same. Duh. But, you know, we talk a lot as a people in general. Maybe I'll keep you entertained, otherwise this video would be boring. I'll tell you things you probably wouldn't have noticed or known or cared about otherwise. Like, these trees are so thick. We've gotten away from the highway now. It's not on the other side of these trees. There's nothing but trees and trees and trees till you get to the mountain. But we're not going down in the crater up on the mountain peak of the volcano. We just stay on Crater Rim Boulevard here on the edge. We are kind of heading in I'd say a northwards direction right now. On my left is westwards and on my right is eastwards. Behind me is southwards. We were heading towards the westward direction on the south side of the crater, but we went around a bend and now we're heading kind of northwards. So, yeah. Just give you an idea of where I am. But this road is pretty windy, so. And Crater Rim Boulevard goes all the way around the edge of the volcanic crater, just along the rim. And it even goes near the peak of Mount Pecan Vista. And another road that does the same thing, that crisscrosses over Crater Rim Boulevard multiple times, is La Ibada Road. They basically run parallel to each other and crisscross over each other at multiple intersections, but they both follow the same circular track around the top of the mountain, around the edge of the crater of the volcano. And, yeah. Sorry if I wasn't holding my camera up, letting you see way down there and stuff. Starting to get tired of walking. Anyhow, maybe that gives you a good idea of what Crater Rim Boulevard looks like. Who knows?